Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another mini episode of Harvey Beaks' Late Afternoon Talk Show. I'm one of your two hosts for the day, TJ, alongside my buddy.
Sam.
Yeah, took a bit there, but yeah, today we're exclusively doing the just us two, not because of schedules colliding or anything like that. But all because this is kind of a special episode for us. We're going to be dissecting the concept, theory, whatever you want to call it, of Harvey being potentially neurodivergent and having autistic traits that are seen throughout the show.
Yeah, because Harvey's if you've watched the show, obviously Harvey's got a lot of autistic traits, and there's also like an entry on TV tropes that discusses this, but we'll get more into that later. And this is a pretty personal topic as well, since I'm on the autism spectrum, and so is TJ. So yeah.
Yeah. I've had autism spectrum disorder for most of my life, and can I just say how shit that name is? I much prefer Asperger's syndrome, if you'll be honest. But yeah, this was just something that we felt would be best to have us dissect, just us. And yeah, so before anything, I think it has been confirmed by, I think, Greenblatt himself, but if not, certainly the creative team and such, that Harvey does in fact have OCD, which, if you didn't know, is obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah, he's got OCD, and I did a bit of you can clearly see that with how he just obsessed over everything being clean, and also loving the fact being clean. In fact, there's actually this video about Harvey's top 10 things to do in Little Park, and I think half the list is cleaning, including number
Yes.
one, obviously.
Yes, indeed. Plus, you've got specific episodes like The Rebel and Fee and Foo's first birthday, where it's shown that Harvey is very, very fussy about putting coasters underneath drinks because he's constantly worried about what potential damages they're going to do and such. And you see how upset he gets when, spoilers for later on, but Michelle starts messing up his wall and such. So yeah, he's got a lot of obsessive compulsives with being clean and tidy and retaining attributes, and also maintaining scheduling, because that's seen in another episode.
Yeah, a day of not to do, which we'll discuss shortly.
Yes, but although the OCD stuff, important thing to note, Harvey actually doesn't canonically have autism, but it's quite the popular theory. Like, as I said, they confirmed that yes, he does have OCD, but the autism is kind of 50-50 right now. We might get new word of it as we get in touch with creators, maybe, hopefully, but as of now, it's around like that 50-50 stage.
Yeah, it's just a theory that's kind of been speculated from the start, and this is probably the most popular theory that's going around.
Yeah, definitely. Probably the most well-known one as well, because again, long before I got into the show, I was intrigued by it because of guys like Phantom Strider sort of highlighting the autistic traits and things like that. And I was like, yeah, this looks really, really interesting type of thing. And it was always like that number one thing I thought of when I thought of the show, or maybe going into look more into it as I went on to do this year.
Yeah, and yeah, I actually had seen Harvey back when it was airing in 2015, and I did see this video from Strider, but I didn't pick up at all on the thing. I just kind of overlooked it, I guess, because well, I was 10 back there, and now I'm 20. Yeah, I'm getting too old, but yeah, it was only at the start of the year when I realized, oh my god, I've just realized Harvey's a lot like me. How did I not notice this until now? It was just, yeah, kind of sent me into this rabbit hole, and now I'm here hosting a podcast.
Yes. What specific traits did you feel were most connected to you type of thing, or just immediately resonated with you type of thing?
Oh yeah, good question. I think that there's a couple of traits that are associated with autism, which socially awkward and like preferring schedules and not liking change at all. And like you can clearly see that Harvey does not like change at all. Like what's a good example? Oh yeah, new bugaboo. He's gets scared about changing his family going have another sister, so
Yeah.
that he gets scared and yeah, he tries to get out of it. But I mean, spoilers. But thankfully, it's resolved.
Yes, yes, and a similar thing happens in I can't remember what the episode's called, but it's his 10th birthday, double digits, that's what the episode's called, but yeah,
Yeah.
he basically gets told jokingly by his parents that once you turn 10, life goes downhill and you can't have fun anymore, and he takes it very literally type of thing and starts to come up with plans with Fee and Fu on how to prevent himself from turning 10, and that's the plot of the episode type of thing. So yeah, his very strict about change and how it's implemented, and I'm sure most of us, especially us on the spectrum, can relate to that aspect of just not wanting too much change in our lives, especially when we're used to certain things and such.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, I think most people like probably don't like change, but depending on what it is. But yeah, I think especially if you're like autistic, and like you definitely feel it more. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I just really I find it a little bit funny how he like he's kind of like the one who like takes things literally. Which I mean, that's kind of like me as well. I think I struggle to like understand sarcasm a bit. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky to understand it, but yeah, I don't know if that might be I might be wrong in this. Probably need to do a bit of research, but yeah, there might be a connection between taking things literally and autism.
Yes, yes. I think you're not alone in that boat, mate. I also struggle to dissect what's sarcasm and what's not, especially with my neurotypical friends and how it's so hard for me to dissect whether they're being literal or whether they're being jokey type of thing.
Oh, for sure. Like yeah, it's just it's kind of like this popular thing at like school. Like there's this very popular thing that everyone's doing, and you're not interested at all. Like that. That was kind of like me for like most of my school life.
Yes, yes.
Well,
I was
yeah.
sure that was many a case. Now, I think I'll start suggesting like specific uh clips or moments from the show that stand out particularly to me as like the biggest forms of or pieces of evidence of Harvey's autistic tropes. Starting, of course, with the very first episode, Pachu, where at the end, Harvey kind of has a mental breakdown after his friends all tell him that he's done a bad thing just so they can get kicked out of the lake, which is what he wants to be able to do the fun Pachu thing with his friends. And his friends obviously think that it's helpful and gives him what he wants, but Harvey takes it very literally and just starts thinking, I never wanted my friends to think of me this way. I just wanted to do this fun thing. And he just snaps, goes wild, takes off his clothes and starts running about the tree, which does eventually get in bed and such, but just shows how quite literally he takes certain things and how you can just sort of snap, which is sort of an aspect of autism as well, but it's at least for the show anyways, this only happens once, so it's hard to know if it's something that happens regularly for Harvey or if it was just a one-off. His friends made it imply that it was a one-off, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a one-off based on what Fu said, but yeah, yeah, I can definitely see Harvey's a guy who just wants to be loved by everyone, and if someone tells he's a bad person, then he'll just take it literally. Like he like kind of forgets like everyone loves him, and just yeah, it's kind of a bit of his naivety where he just thinks that thinks one thing and then yeah realizes, oh, this wasn't right. This is not how I wanted it to go. Especially at when he's shot out of the lake, where he says, "Actually, I won't." That was pretty good acting. I won't lie.
I'm not sure if it captured anything, mate, but are you just doing the part where he goes nuts or something?
The part at the end where he gets shot out of the lake and realizes, oh, what the mistake
Oh,
he's
this
made.
is a terrible idea! That one, yeah. What's the bit it actually did caption and I didn't hear anything because that was just me. Either way, yes, I totally agree with you on that one. And it's made me think of one that happens much later in the season. Like I'm talking third, second last episode of the season, in the episode The Punishment, where he makes a cute custom drawing plates that his family all is really happy of, and they treat it as their special plate, and Harvey breaks it. And even though his parents like take it as it was just an accident, no worries type of thing, he feels so bad about it and has so much internal guilt that he ends up just trying to force himself to accept or undergo a punishment. And that's why I kind of I don't I want to say I didn't like the episode when I first watched it, but it's actually brilliant. It's just the case of, like, it's not something I like to see because it hits really close to home, because, like, whenever I have a bad game playing sport or whenever I make a huge mistake in my personal life and everyone, like, puts their arms around me, I also want to kind of punish myself even though it's not warranted and that kind of thing. So maybe that's a neurodivergent thing. Maybe that's just what overly critical people do, but it is something that I noticed.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's something I've not really thought about, and I mean, it does take the analysis himself to like the extreme. He just thinks thought he was like a bad person for doing something wrong, but it's actually, yeah, so of course it'll be okay because obviously mistakes happen. Like I make mistakes in my own videos, and like you've made mistakes at some point today. Like
Yeah,
it
I'm sure.
happens all the time. It's unavoidable. Even the most successful YouTubers or whoever, they make mistakes in their videos. They will no, nothing is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. It's an important lesson for everyone to learn, not just us people on the spectrum or characters like Harvey in the show, but it is something that everyone needs to be reminded of from time to time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, don't really want to make. I just kind of felt a bit sad for Harvey because he just
Yeah.
wanted to make like he went out all the way out into like Bog Bark, which is like this very mysterious and dark place, and yeah, and you
I
could
think you
see
only
that
see it in this episode, or maybe it's in a future one. I can't remember.
I might be in Sleepovers Over. I'm not too sure. I need to
Yeah.
rewatch that one.
Yeah, yeah, I'll figure it out later. Now, for these next points, I'm gonna bring up like two specific episodes that I both define as like showing the traits of misinterpreting type of thing, and that's the Rebel and King of Pranks. Because in the Rebel, Harvey sets off to clean the new baby room that would go on to be Michelle's room, and finds a box with rock t-shirts that his mum had, and his mum comments about how it makes him look so badass and like a rebel, and he understands what a rebel is, and presumably after Miriam gives him a description of what rebel is, which is off screen as the title cards are going, he kind of interprets it in his own way of just standing out from the crowd and not realizing the external effects before he's already too far down the rabbit hole type of thing, like when he gets arrested by the officer and such. So yeah, it is sort of a neurodivergent thing, like we get told about something but aren't quite able to interpret it as quickly or as easily as everybody else. So yeah, that's something that this episode sort of undergoes.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and it's also a bit of an unrelated note, but kind of it's the most adorkable of the episode. I think I don't.
Yes.
It could be like another one that's more adorkable, but oh my god, it's so funny to see himself think he's a rebel, and have no idea what rebels actually mean.
Yes, yes. Like this specific segment where he's at Randall's shop deciding whether he wants to fix the misspelling mistake or leave it type of thing, because he's not sure if the rebel would want to inflict being an ass or fix people's mistakes type of thing. And this is sort of an internal conflict that leads towards the end where everyone sets up this plan of just getting this shirt off of him by seeing all these messes that he just has to, again, showing his OCD, compulsively clean up and such, and then eventually turns him back into his old self.
Yeah, and at the end, he kind of just goes off this bit of a tangent of all these things he wants to do. Yeah, it's
Yes,
just
yes.
so adorable.
Hmm. And the King of Pranks, which is the other one I brought up, is sort of him using the term pranks in a different way. And like the main course of the episode, I don't know this one nearly as well as the Rebel. I watched the Rebel recently. I've only watched the King of Pranks once, but in this episode, Fee kind of tells him like the deeper details about pranking and such, and I guess Harvey, he either tries it or just really becomes uneasy with the concept of it. I can't remember which one in particular, but at the end of the day, they kind of just, the entire residency of Little Bark just accept Harvey for his own form of pranks and let him keep that up, type of thing.
Yeah, this one is just a super wholesome episode, and yeah, just Harvey kind of interprets pranks as just wanting to help out people. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to hurt someone. Obviously, he just wants to help make people's days better. And so he just gives peanut butter sandwiches to Pui and Irving, which is it's just really wholesome. Oh, and there's
Yes.
also like the find like the biggest prank to pull, and then everyone winds up and then gets a bit disappointed, only for him to like come out and give all the presents to everyone, and everyone thanks him in the epilogue, which is super wholesome.
Yes. And I just thought of another case of misinterpreting in a previous episode, anti Valentine's Day. Um, excuse me. But basically, in this one, Harvey's like trying to teach the twins how to enjoy like Valentine's Day, but they don't take to it. So it's sort of the reverse of what happens in King of Pranks. Like they're creating their own version, whereas in King of Pranks, it's Harvey with his own version type of thing. But yeah, they create their own holiday called Anti Valentine's Day, and Harvey takes a while to get used to it. But then once around the end of the episode, he finally like creates his first like prank card, and it's so much stronger or lot as harder than what they expected or they intended type of thing, and you never see what the message is, you just see how people react to it, which creates a lot of hilarious moments.
Oh yes, that's another one as well. It's just yeah, obviously that's another example of his naivety. Like he thinks that the twins will get like good card from someone, but they don't at all. And also when Harvey gives the letter, which no one has any clue what it is, but if we said it, we'll if we try to guess what it was, then we'll probably get it wouldn't end too well. I would say we can't say
Yeah.
it basically.
I'll have to ask actually if anybody knows what's on that thing, or if it's just still something that'll be up to speculation to this day. I'm kind of hoping it's like the latter, because then it'll be kind of like a Lorax or a Pulp Fiction-esque question that you'll never quite know, but we'll continue to ask the question for years and years and years to come.
Yeah, I think they just got asked on Tumblr, but it's just he doesn't. I don't think the writers even know what the letter is. Like nobody knows apparently.
Well, there you go. That'll be something to dissect for the rest of time in that case. And
Yeah.
the last ones that I can think of, or one of the last ones anyways that I can think of for first examples of his neurodivergency is just adjusting to change, which is most prevalent in The Sleepover's Over and A Day of No To Do. In The Sleepover's Over, basically Harvey and his friends are having a fun day out, and the twins decide they want to spend more time together, which is fair enough, and suggest he goes from a sleepover, and it shows this hilarious flashback of Harvey as a kid struggling to adapt to the changes of being in people's houses with their different rules, different things that they do, different food, toothpaste in the case of Kratz, and he just always at the end of the day just ends up calling his dad because he'd prefer to be in a familiar spot, which definitely is relatable spectrum trait that I've noticed type of thing. A lot of people, at least depending on their mood, especially if they're like a hard day or a hard week, or in my case anyways, it might be for every day for some people, but for me, anyways, if I've had a heart, I don't want to be putting myself out into situations I'm not comfortable with. I'd rather be at home or in areas that I'm familiar with. So, yeah, it's definitely a trope that the shows off really well.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of cute to see all the other kids that as young kids, which is like some of them it's like the only appearance. For Mike it definitely is. Shout out Justin.
And I
But yeah, it's
noticed
also
they've got their eyes seem to shrink as they age, type of thing. Like when they're kids, their eyes are massive and such, and like when they're kids, when they're like 10, they're just normal pupils, type of thing. So I like to say that's by design, but I just find that fascinating.
yeah, I've noticed that as well. Like the when they're like really little, they're just their eyes are huge. And especially see it with baby Harvey's like I mean baby Harvey's super cute as well and just oh my god, yeah, it's just eyes gradually get smaller and then it tend to just go normal. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what the whether that was intentional or not, but it's something interesting we've picked up on.
And in A Day of No To Do, it's a pretty similar thing of like the twins want to have a day where they can just do fun things, but Harvey has set out on this specific day that he gets a planner type of thing to do things at a specific time. And before you know it, as they're doing these activities, before they can even get to the point of enjoying them, they're moving on to the next thing because that's just how Harvey rolls. He likes to be organized. He likes to know what's coming up next. But for the twins, anyways, it just sucks the fun out of it, type of thing. And that's definitely something that I see in a lot of autistic kids. We like to know what's coming up. A lot of neurodivergent people really don't like surprises, type of thing. Like especially like with like birthdays and stuff. I've noticed, but yeah, this is and it kind of the journal gets taken away from Harvey like midway through the episode, and he kind of learns to embrace just having a vacant day and expecting the unexpected. And by the end of the day, he still has that scheduled type of thing, but he also leaves open a day or two to just not prepare for anything and just go with the flow type of thing, which is I think is a fantastic message because it shows yes, having a schedule is important, and if it works better for you, that's fantastic type of thing. But don't let it ruin your opportunities of seeing new things or trying fun things or what have you.
Oh, absolutely for sure. It's just kind of a little bit it's a bit on like the mid where like the whites eat mud and hive Harvey's planner and he thinks he needs to do it and he's trying to convince him not to follow his planner and then Harvey just cracks under the press and eats mud, which is pretty funny and just yeah, and then eventually they get rid of his friends get rid of his planner and yeah, learns to just enjoy what a day with where he doesn't have to plan for anything, although he does struggle at the start. We're like a few scenes where he just not enjoying himself or the twins are just enjoying pissing or playing in the grass or whatever.
Might be another case of his OCD, like must have journal at all times. Because I know, especially when I'm out and about and I don't have my wallet, my keys, and my phone in my pocket, I feel naked, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Does make a little sense now. And yeah, I'd never really thought about that day of not to do being a OCD episode of Harvey. Yeah, it's an interesting one to think about.
Yeah. Are there any other examples of specific episodes that have buttloads of evidence in them that you can think of?
I mean, there probably is one, but I think we've just covered already a good amount of examples, and interestingly, all of these are season one.
Yeah. Oh, I swear one of them was season two.
Oh,
Maybe
new
not.
Bugaboo isn't, but
Yes.
everything else is.
There you go. Yeah. Just proves to
Uh,
me that season one is stored in my memory banks more than season two. But that's not to deprive anything from season two. I love it all. That's just how my brain has stored these memories and this piece of information.
yeah, same here. And I kind of also I would have seen season one back when I was 10, although I would see episodes that was. It's just I don't know. It's just a flat out guess. I could
Mm.
try and guess with my mind, but yeah, it's just yeah. I've seen them. That's what it is. I've seen all those.
Yeah, yeah. And I think season two also just loves to focus more on the side characters type of thing with certain episodes, so there's not as much dissection of Harvey's character as there was in the first season, so that's where most of my examples came from the first season. Just that was kind of the big dive season compared to the second one.
Yeah, for sure. And wonder what would have happened. And I'm gonna guess that if that thing didn't happen, then I guess we would have had all focus on the trio.
Mm.
Yeah, especially with the parents moving in.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we know that there was going to be more information about Harvey's grandparents, so we only see in limited spaces throughout season three, or season two, sorry.
Yeah, there's the only two episodes that are centered on them.
Mm.
But yeah, we would have had
Technically
a
three, because I think Roland is in Grand Motel.
true, that's true, yeah.
Now, we've mentioned all these examples, but I just want to highlight just uh, in fiction, these kind of things can be misinterpreted. Like, if you have the wrong person that doesn't understand the material that they're given, or even in this case, if it's unintentional, and they're trying to, like, showcase this type of thing, it can go really bad. It's a bit of a weird comparison to make, but I think of, like, sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory, and sometimes IT Crowd, although IT Crowd is light years better than the latter, if you ask me, but that kind of showcases neurodivergence, but all the annoying aspects of neurodivergence, like geeking out over things like crazy, not shutting up about them, just being socially awkward, but just having that define the character rather than just be a trait type of thing. And just, yeah, overall, just making your eyes roll and just kind of be the big comic relief character. But no, in this show's case, with not just Harvey, but other characters, because plenty of other characters also have neurodivergent tropes that we might get into later, but it doesn't define them over their base characters and their morals and their the things they like to do and things like that. It's just little quirks about them, and that's how I think it should always be in fiction, if you ask me.
Oh, I totally agree. It's just you wanna if you're trying to represent something, you wanna make it a good representation, not one that will what is it? What's the word? Like
Negative.
I guess because lack of better word.
Yeah, yeah,
But
you
yeah,
don't
you
want to
wanna.
just kind of because it feels almost like targeting at that point. It's like maybe the creator or writer had a bad experience of this type of person, so he makes all of his characters in fiction just as bad as his experience with them. And I mean, that can be a great story if you like put it into a villain or someone that's got real other aspects to them, but if it defines their character, then it just kind of feels mean.
Oh, absolutely. And Harvey's the nicest guy he tries to be, even though he's a little bit awkward and can be a bit of a dork. And yeah, but like everyone loves him.
Mm.
Like they would what was it? Yeah, like they only time that like they didn't like him was to help him out, and he thought he was being hated by everyone, which is pretty what's adorable, I guess. So I just love that
Yes.
word so much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
in most other cases, he's kind of the person that is uh like I'm thinking of on the fence and him kind of settling the conflict in a way, and everyone just goes along with what his intentions are. And of course, in Nightclub Night, when Techno Bear finally gets the DJ to play the song that he really wanted to play, so he's clearly a very respected and loved character amongst his community.
oh, absolutely. Like I
Mm.
think like he considers everyone his best friend, and like most of the kids consider him their best friend back.
Yep, like I think of this one in I think it's called The Confession. It's probably not the name of the episode, but it's one of those date feed food conflicts, and like he's in a situation where he he was like he has to choose, and he just says, "I choose both," because that's just his nature.
Yeah. Oh, the split.
The
The split.
split. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, and that does lead to us. I mean, spoilers, but situation where Harvey is put into a pretty threatening situation, and then Data and the twins realize they have to work together to help Harvey.
Yeah, so at the end, and this also happens in a previous episode, like Harvey is so beloved amongst his community, and everyone wants him to be happy as well as them, that they're willing to put aside differences just to help him out and thus kind of help themselves out, like in Old Fashioned Date and again, The Split.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to lose him. Like, yeah, because if I think we saw a bit in Missing Harvey that they kind of lose it when he's not there to act as that I guess meditator. I don't know what the word
Yeah,
is,
just
but
kind of an
something along those lines.
influencer. Yeah, someone that puts
Yeah.
like extra ideas on top that showcase things. This is explored in Avatar as well. When there's an episode, one of the main characters, Sokka, goes off to do some training, and they notice just how different the situation is. Even though the start of the episode they were talking about, oh, he doesn't have any cool bending powers, so like, is he really too much of a contributor to our team? Type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting how like one person just holds everything together, and then when like they leave, or I don't know, like
Yeah,
not
I mean, we both
involved, I
like our
guess. Then
football. I imagine a team struggles to adapt when like their big playmaker or their big central defender goes down, type of thing.
off. I mean, sometimes it can work, but yeah, most of the time it
Like I'm
can
thinking when Jordan
doesn't
Pickford
even.
broke Virgil van Dijk's leg or something, and
Oh,
they struggled for the rest of the season.
oh, not again, not again.
Yes. But I mentioned this earlier. Again, Harvey isn't the only character that has what I'd like to call non-canonic or not unconfirmed neurodivergent aspects. Like, uh, we both have kind of different interpretations of this when talking about the twins, Fee and Fu. I personally think that Fee is neurotypical, where Fu has ADHD. You think they both have ADHD. Was that right?
Yes, I think they both got ADHD, and the TV Tropes website has states that they think there's a theory that both the twins have ADHD.
Mm. Which kind of would make sense considering they didn't have any. Oh, I don't know if this kind of thing can be influenced by their predicaments of not having parents, but still just this idea of they had so much freedom and access to everything as they were growing up all alone type of thing that they just picked up on their personalities all by themselves type of thing rather than being influenced too much by other people.
Yeah, they would have just had. I had no rules and no parental guidance. So they just kind of did whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Basically, that punching scene in well, one of the early episodes where like twins just punch themselves to go to sleep, which I think is pretty cute. Honestly, it's just really wholesome to see that's the way they say goodnight to each other. I think
Yes.
that might be an example of ADHD.
Mm, mm. And it also kind of it makes me wonder if my personality would have been contrasted if I was put into a similar situation, like because I went into uh like the normal parts of school, whereas other people I know who are on the spectrum had like special education and things like that, and it kind of I don't want to say it shifts their personalities, but like it plays a factor as they age, like what things they pick up, what they don't, what they miss out on, what they learn, type of thing. So I do wonder if I would have come out differently if I had gone to a different school, or if I had gone to a special education, or if I had done homeschooling from a young age. It's an interesting thing to undergo and ask yourself.
Oh, that feels like a rabbit hole that's been waiting to be explored. But yeah, I'm like
Uh,
yeah, I'm like the same. I'm on the spectrum, and I just had like a normal school life. Didn't
mm,
really like have any like special classes. Although I did have like a few for exams. I did have my like own room and like my own wider
Yeah. But going back to like ADHD, I could see them both having ADHD. I still think Fee is neurotypical, but I have a family member who does have ADHD, but it's not the energetic form of ADHD, and I think that would be like the same form of ADHD that Fee would have, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah,
Mm.
just wants things like her own way.
Yeah, and puts a lot of energy and enthusiasm into certain things, which I guess is the energetic part of it, which is kind of still a part of ADHD, but not as like the big hyperactive can't sit still vibe that Foo gives off, type of thing.
Yeah, 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 for
Yeah.
sure.
And I do wonder if I have undiagnosed ADHD myself, because I also struggle to sit for long periods. And I noticed me and my friend, we both kind of tap our feet after a while, type of thing. So it might be something we have to undergo soon. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
I think I've got ADHD as well because yeah, like sometimes I just kind of like struggle to like get, get on my like chair to like white scripts
Yeah, concentration's a big
or
one
do
as well,
this.
isn't it?
Yeah, because it takes me a really long time to do it sometimes, and also like I kind of like to like fiddle with like things like and like my Lexus if I like got bought like I did wrote all the notes, I guess, on the screen. I'll just go to some website and just yeah start looking there.
Fair enough, fair enough. Now, other characters that might have neurodivergent tropes, I mean, Dade, of course, comes to mind.
Yeah, he's the obvious one, and like he's just super obsessed with Harvey, obviously, and like that's one of the bigger autistic traits is like they tend to like be super obsessive over whatever they whatever they're obsessed with, and it's referred to as a special interest or hyperfixation, and you can clearly see that Dade's got a hyperfixation for Harvey,
I mean, we
always
both
wanting to
do,
be
don't
around.
we?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, but yeah, the main drawing point for Dade is his obsession with Harvey, which goes to absolutely absurd lengths at times. But
The why are you even friends? Like he like super glues himself to Harvey, which could have honestly drowned him if
yeah, if he decided to go on in that water, but
and like he even paints his face
yeah, I
as
love the
Harvey with
opposite faces stuff. It's awesome.
Mm, yeah, just I love the dynamic. It's just two aspects, but of completely I wouldn't say actually yeah, sort slightly different, although there is a bit of overlap.
Yeah.
You can see
It,
like
it
they
makes me
both don't like
wonder. I think
change.
it's also like a great showcase of showing that a neurodivergent person doesn't have to just limit himself to neurodivergent. Well, I guess the twins are neurodivergent too, but in a different light, type of thing. Like, you can still have like this specific side of friends you go to, and then this other side you go to for different reasons, type of thing.
Yeah, I think oh yeah, I think the twins are just there to just help push Harvey past his comfortable limits and try new things, and Dade's kind of just there for just the general obsession, like he loves Harvey, like he's
Hmm.
got a bit of a man crush on him. 'Cause- Yeah,
Yes.
that's another thing we could probably dive into another episode about.
Yes. Um, I when it comes to other characters in neurodivergence, I'm thinking like Kratz, although maybe he's just an introvert. Like, I'm not sure about too much neurodivergent qualities, but he's definitely like an introvert type of thing.
Yeah, TV tropes has them have bipolar.
Oh, bipolar. Okay.
Yeah,
What showcases of the are there? Oh. Do you
it's
remember what
this
was on there?
bipolar is basically like someone who has of a definition is characterized by both maniac and depressive episodes or maniac ones only, which yeah, I guess basically like they can like be really having a great time and then like the next second they're just really upset and depressed.
Yeah. I'd presume that in the show anyways, it would have only showed the energetic side of bipolar type of thing.
Yeah, Johnny Tornado, unknown comic.
Ah,
That,
yeah.
that's a good example, yeah.
Yeah,
At
that's
least,
kind of the
yeah.
vibe I was getting, the introvert vibe, because you see how he doesn't really want to be recognized for things, but he does appreciate people loving it type of thing. So it's just a difficult situation for him to undergo and decide what he wants to get out of it type of thing.
Oh, for sure. He's kind of, yeah, I think he's kind of a little bit like nervous about revealing himself because of his like general reputation along the group. Like he's kind of a bit like in someone stealing my stuff. He kind of got framed by the twins as the culprit,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he's kind of a little bit nervous about revealing himself.
Yep.
It's kind of like me. I kind of like keep like the interests that my family doesn't know, including I'll be interesting. I keep them to myself because I'm kind of scared about them knowing about it, even though I know they're going to be completely fine with it. It's just something I've got feel. Maybe that is something with autism. Like they
Yeah.
kind of just want to keep this interest to themselves until they're like exposed.
Oh yeah, I see both sides of the coin, man. There's some people who do keep their interest to themselves, and there's others who are so vocal about it, like they always bring the conversation back to it, type of thing, even if the person isn't as interested in them. So yeah, you definitely get both sides of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I kind of was like that with like football. Like back when I was 12, I just wouldn't stop talk. That was basically all I would talk about until yeah, I learned to like kind of keep things to myself, and if like someone's not interested, then just don't overbear them with it.
Yeah, it's difficult
That's,
to for people on the spectrum to kind of recognize whether a situation is appropriate to talk about your fixation or not type of thing, because again, uh I usually get the vibe of, but people do want me to go into details of them, but I just don't know if they'll care or if they'll stay concentrated type of thing. So I like debate with myself in my head whether I go ahead with telling him all this extra information or if I just keep it to myself.
yeah, and I guess I don't know. It's just kind of like general advice, but if someone like goes off like a bit of a tangent, kind of just let them do it as long as it's not like something that's just completely wrong or offensive. I think it's completely fine just to let them go off on their way, and then just listen to them. Even if you're like not interested, just let them express themselves. And if you're just not interested, just like kind of just have like a neutral stance.
Yeah, that's good advice. That other characters that have neurodivergent traits, I'm thinking of like Claire, maybe.
I mean, since TV Trope states he's pretty normal, which I think I would agree with.
Yeah,
But
probably
we
just
never we never
home life that we never got to see.
Yeah, in general, we just only had buds before it starts. Yeah, she just had so much into it. So it's kind of, but it's a shame that she never got much screen time, which is kind of one of the one of the blimps I've got with the show overall. Although it's a pretty minor one when you
Hmm.
think about it.
Yeah.
And the other one is Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Mikey's Yeah, it says Mikey's got autism, but different to Dade.
Yeah.
He
He's
just
all over the hyperfixation side of autism, I reckon, because he's always got a game in his hand and headphones in his ears and specific stuff that he's reading or playing, etc.
Yeah, and he's a bit of an introvert. He kind of just wants to stick to himself rather than enjoy the company of others, which kind of you could probably see that in what was it? Harvey Isn't Scary, like kind of said okay
Yeah.
instead of getting like involved in the group.
Yeah, he does zone out, but he also does like their company a lot because in the season 2 episode, late afternoon talk show with Harvey Beaks, you see right at the end that he missed out on getting interviews type of thing, and then a tear sheds in his eye. So he does still like value their presence. It's just, I guess, time and place needs to collide for him to like open himself up more to the group or be more willing to talk.
Yeah, for sure. And there's kind of like times like where I self kind of just want to stay by myself, and then there's other times where I just want to be with someone, and yeah, you could definitely see it there.
Yeah, yeah, and that's something I talk about when I get into the episode alone in the top five video. Now, other characters are pretty sure both Techno Bear and Ruda are neurotypical.
I mean, TV Trope says that Ruta has, and I apologize if I get this wrong, says he's non Irina. I definitely butchered that, but I'll just look at the definition. It's kind of uh, it's the basic description is that affects the person's ability to think, feel, and behave.
I guess, in a way. It kind of reminds me of a
Yeah.
high school peer that I had. It's not going to get into detail of who or why or anything like that, but I think I kind of get a vibe from that off of the information you've just given me.
Oh, always more information. It's characterized by thoughts of experiences that seem out of touch with reality, disorganized spiritual behavior, and decreased participation in daily activities. Which, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. That just kind of sounds
Mm.
like someone with very specific and strong morals more than anything. But I mean, what you're reading is what you're reading. I'm not going to say anything. That's probably just what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what I found from the first result of Google.
Yeah. The bloody AI overview, probably.
No, no, not that. It's just the like the medical condition like PAIDS, which
Do you know
I
if you
don't-
can turn the AI overview thing off? Because I want to turn it off. I'm not sure if you can.
I have. I guess you can, but I've got no idea.
Damn. Okay, that's something I'll have to go later. But yeah, Harvey Beaks was such a innovative, brilliant, whether intentional or not, a fantastic showcase of neurodivergency, and especially neurodivergency in people's youths and how it transcends in their personalities, how they play, how they do things, all that type of stuff. So it was wonderful to see, especially around that time, because the 2010s were kind of that in between with the 90s and the 2000s, where you could be as vulgar as hell, and now where you have to be more careful than ever because otherwise you're going to get cancelled online type of thing. So the 2010s were kind of that midpoint. So it's great to see autism, neurodivergency, OCD, all these type of things explored in such a great lens, considering it was in the 2010s where we were kind of deciding whether we could still be mean or if we needed to not be on this kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like even today, I think autism, like based on what I've seen, is like kind of underused compared to like other forms of representation, like LGBTQ and other things. Yeah,
Yeah. It was. Uh, I think Harvey just
yeah,
about predates shows like The Loud House, who do show LGBTQ positive things, like the main character Lincoln's friend Clyde's parents both being guys. And there's another. I think I don't remember if there's a specific scene, but I do remember the show Bob's Burgers was big on LGBTQ positivity as well.
yeah. I haven't. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be right there. I can't say for certain because I don't watch it,
Yeah,
but
fair
yeah,
enough. No worries. But
but yeah.
yeah, just I'm so thankful of how it was represented here, because they could have so easily, since it was unintentional, it seems unintentional according to my research, but yeah, since it's unintentional, it could have easily gone haywire and been another pretty unrealistic, not accurate showcase of what these tropes and personality traits are. But no, it's pretty fair, open, and doesn't treat the characters like what they have as a punishment. It's just a quirk. It's just a trait. It's just something they have that makes them stand out amongst the rest of the crew.
Yeah, because I don't see autism as disadvantage. I kind of see it as something unique, and sure there are challenges for sure, like being a bit socially awkward. But I try and like make them focus on like the positives and like use it as much to my advantage. And also, yeah, that's another thing. Is like back when I was 10, like I liked Harvey, and I didn't know what it was. I mean, obviously it's really good overall, but it was just something that stuck with me. I didn't know what it was, and then when I came across it, like when I rediscovered Harvey back at the start of the year, I realized, wait, he's autistic. That he acts like me. And that was when I realized, oh yes, that's what I realized, what I was missing, is that he's a lot like me, and yeah, I think that's actually amazing. And
Hmm.
and learning about the research, I've kind of realized that not just Harvey, it's the other kids are autistic or ADHD, like Data and Fu maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It's way more to these characters than meets the eye, and it's just a testament to how three-dimensional they are, and just the great moments and experiences, and just how everybody's treated so fairly on the show. Like, well, in a way, of course, we've mentioned how Claire didn't get a time to shine, but or Mikey, but still, like, all these characters got just singular moments that you can think about when you think of them, and just things that define them, and yeah, just what makes the show so special.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of wish it was available in New Zealand because it's so hard. I want to like kind of show it to like people who might be autistic, but it's so inaccessible that I don't really want to. I can't really do that without. It's just real sad, but that's kind of another discussion on its own.
Yeah, we'll probably save it for another day, because that inevitable video that we're all probably either looking forward to or really not looking forward to is coming up.
Oh no,
Yes,
I know what it
yes.
is.
Yes, I know what it is as well. But we'll save that for later. Hopefully, we'll be back to our regular episodes soon enough. But thank you all ever so much for watching us on YouTube or listening to us on Podbean. We've got our social medias linked on both of them, I presume. If not, just check out YouTube, Harvey Beaks Fan Club Center, or on Instagram as well. Yeah, this has been TJ, and thank you ever so much.
Yep, and this has been Sam, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, thank you, everyone.